The sorcery of computerized mind control. The latest, greatest evil is a science rooted in the occult and developed by way of electrophysiology, cybernetics, biotelemetry, radiotelemetry, etc., into a monstrosity of computerized mind control. The esoteric origins of these seemingly neutral technologies can be seen in specialized Masonic lore, such as the various lodge scams of Cagliostro, Egyptian Masonry, Mesmeric Masonry, Universal Harmony, and earlier in Gnosticism, Jewish Kabbalism, and particularly alchemy, all of which are somewhat similar to the degree that they treat a force or energy that might best be described as resembling electromagnetism. James Shelby Downard's The Carnivals of Life and Death. If you read no other book, read this one, because it is the most surreal story ever created. And even if only a small percentage of what he claims happened to him during his life is true, then we truly live in a horror of a world. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I want to do a series on the Satanic, Luciferian, Bilderberg, elite, world controllers, Masonic, ritual magic, satanic ritual abuse, all of these things which have fed into, to a certain degree, the idea of the elites, the Illuminati, and where they are at, what I believe their plans are, and the basis for which I base my particular beliefs on that topic. And in order to start out that discussion, I'm going to give you the basis of what I believe when it comes to the idea of Lucifer or Satan or Satanism or satanic worship or any of those things that you want to call it, which has variously been attributed to the elites, the Illuminati, and other control groups who are behind the scenes in the world. Now, personally, I am an agnostic. I don't believe that I have sufficient knowledge to decide whether or not there is a supreme being in the universe, that being a creator that is manifest in an individual identity that you would call God. I do believe, however, that there is certainly, without a doubt, a creative force, whether or not that has an identity, whether or not it is something that wants or would even understand worship from puny humans, is something totally beyond my understanding. As for an evil entity to counterbalance that, I have very little belief in any such thing. So as far as there being an evil creature opposed to a good God that one might call Satan or Lucifer or whatever you want to call him, I have very little belief in that as being a literal reality. However, I do believe that there are those, particularly people who are within these secret societies, such as the Illuminati, the Masons, the higher levels of Masonry, and some of the other secret societies which are deeply embedded within ritual magic, that these individuals believe that they are actually in touch with and contacting some type of entity. Okay? And where you see some people talk about this, I believe that what is happening is that these individuals are in fact in touch with something. And the reason I believe that is because I believe that ritual magic works, and I believe ritual magic works because individual energy that we control within our body and minds is able to influence the reality that is around us, because I believe in the essential oneness of all things. That is, if you want to look at it from a quantum physical perspective, that all of the universe is just a sea of quantum particles which is in the process of becoming. So when consciousness touches this sea, we have the idea of individuality and separateness, but it is all an illusion in the Buddhist sense of the term, although I don't follow Buddhism either. But I do believe in the idea that they have of Maya, and that is that what we perceive with our senses as being the solid reality that is around us is not actually the solid reality around us. I think that Buddhists had a good sense of quantum mechanics well before it was invented.